Amvuttra vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Samsung. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Comes in the Athletic from the friendly confines here shortly. I'm Jetson Richards. Wind gusts from 10 to 20 miles per hour expected, blowing out to dead center field. Time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell, brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity candy-coated chaos. Here's Counsell with an update on starter Edward Cabrera.
Is Edward still on track to come off the IL for the Giants series?
Yes. Yeah, he's going to pitch Friday.
Okay.
It's tomorrow.
What have you liked about what you've seen from Cabrera so far this season?
Yeah, I think, Cabby, got off to a good start. This obviously the blister issue, it kind of came up. It certainly affected him in the Milwaukee start. Hopefully there's a combination of we got him a little break and the finger can resolve itself. I think it's going to be an issue again. It's been an issue every season for him, so it's part of him pitching with it. And I'm not sure. I don't think it's been an issue other than the Milwaukee start. But I think maybe the rest can do him some good. I think it does every starter some good if it happens. It doesn't always happen, but hopefully that can do us some good and freshen him up and get him ready for the next 4 months.
That's manager Craig Counsell. Up next, we'll take a look at the pitching matchups. This is the score on Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for the great Cubs guests all season long on 104.3 The Score, the official radio home of the Cubs. Take your taste buds to the candy shop with the irresistible taste of cotton candy extra strength 5-hour energy shots. A delicious swirl of vanilla with a sweet but sugar-free fruity twist. Plus the classic 5-hour energy blend of B vitamins, nutrients, and caffeinated kick. Don't miss out on a perfectly sweet and impossibly nostalgic treat. Get your cotton candy extra strength 5-hour energy shots today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing where I came from. And then the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just put together what we think would look cool. We were Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward, and that's really why I started it, to have impact.
With a 2-hop throw on the money. A stellar defensive play. He leaps up. He made an incredible catch. That boy got some hops.
Sprawling stop to his left. Nice play by Bregman.
Leaps and makes the grab, streaking into right center. Good strong throw. It's in plenty of time.
Osuna with a tremendous play in short left field.
Long way to go. Riley's there. And a jumping catch by Hamilton. It's short. Oh, goodness gracious. Keyshawn slides, picks, gets right at the bag, and the Twins make the play. Carson Bench flying through the air.
Through the first is in time. Xander Bogaerts hits
Another star. What a play in the hole.
Get it, Jackson. Jackson! Way to go, kid!
Vargas with the perfect feed into second base.
That's a wonderful play.
Nice play by Steer. That's why he was a finalist for the Gold Glove.
Riku Nishida, back-to-back games, throws out the runner at the plate.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It's a Thursday, so a number of teams are off today. Looking at the NL Central, the Cardinals and Reds, they are both off. Good news is the Giants beat the Brewers 12-9 this afternoon. The Cubs have a chance to pick up a game with a win over the A's. The Pirates and the Astros will square off later tonight. Again, we'll get sent for the national anthem in just a moment. We mentioned it is a beautiful night for baseball. Beautiful night to hit as well. 81 degrees, wind blowing out from 10 to expected 20 miles per hour to dead Central Field. As we get you set for the national anthem, take you down the field in just a moment as we get set for Almagine Anzaldúa, the Puerto Rican Chicago native, will offer our national anthem here at Wrigley Field on a Thursday night.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, that is how you do it. The national anthem sponsored by the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Centers and thrift stores, fueling recovery, hope, and second chances. Before we send you off to the ball game, let's pause 10 seconds. Allow stations to identify themselves. You're listening to The Score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
That will do it for us in the pregame show. Coming up, it is Pat, it is Zach, it's the Cubs and the A's from Wrigley. That's next on The Score, Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Ian Happ. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit.
If you're feeling crabby, check out some of these wild and weird moments from around the league.
Sid's going to tag out Bowers, who had the crab crawl back toward first base.
Is this 1-1-1-3 on the putout?
Of course, catching it is one thing.
Whoa!
Go through the 5-hole?
Yeah, it sure did.
Now that's what you call really struggling.
Now let's see some animal instincts on display in the field.
Nico! Behind the back. What a play!
Get a load of this.
Say hey, Austin Martin right.
He made an incredible catch.
And a liner caught by a leaping Bobby Witt Jr.
No question about that one.
Robles over, goes to a dive, and makes a tremendous catch.
Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball. Oh, highlight reel stuff from David Hamilton.
How about that?
In the inner right field, Harry Walker in foul territory. And Walker doesn't know how many outs there were. Offerman will go to third. Walker gave the ball to a fan. He thought that was the third out. I'm surprised Walker remembered to show up tonight. Here's the funny part. He goes back to get it, though. That's what's funny.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong.
Let's go! This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, Grand Appliance, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, Old National Bank, Sea Glass Wine, Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's time for Game 3 of this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Athletics. Good evening, everybody. Along with Zach Zaidman filling in for Ron Coomer. Ronnie has taken the night off. He feels fine. He is just resting, and he'll be back very, very soon, quite possibly tomorrow, when there is a brand new series as the Giants come in. Judson Richards is working alongside, and he'll chime in every now and again on the out-of-town scoreboard. Our great engineer is Paul Zarang, and we all thank you for joining us. Cubs need a win. They have lost a couple of nail-biters to these Athletics, 2-1 on Tuesday night and 5-4 last night. Each game, they had chances to win, just could not come from behind and pull it out. Tonight, left-hander Shota Imanaga on the mound. He has a record of 4-6. J.T. Ginn is starting for the Athletics, and he is 3-3. The umpires have had the exchange of lineup cards and a brief discussion of ground rules.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Diving stop at second, Rojas.
Dodger infield tonight, sparkling.
Feeling for the wall, and he got it!
Nice play by Christopher Morel, crashing on the bunt. What a play in left by Antonacci.
Got the wall, jumps, and he makes the catch, crashes into the fence.
Sharply hit, diving stop Paredes, gets up, fires. Carter Jensen dives! Wow, what a play!
Caught by McGonigal at third. Wow.
Sliding catch! Joe does it again. He's saving runs everywhere you put him. Makes the running catch. Terrific catch by A.J. Ewing.
Glides, gloves, spins, fires. What a play! What a play!
Well, that glove can play.
Dives, whoa, what a catch! Adolis Garcia with a diving grab. Run down by Carl Armstrong!
Wow. Spin and a throw to get Real Muto. That was fancy.
Liner, but there's Taylor Cruz. Naylor able to snare it. Woo to the bag. He just took a hit away.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
It's game time. That makes it the perfect time for a Flight by Yingling at just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor. Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And Pat, the Cubs looking for Shota Imanaga to play the role of stopper tonight. They just need to play a good, clean ball game on the mound and at the plate.
And Shota struggling, to be very honest, Zach. He has lost his last 4 starts and been hit hard. Lost to the Cardinals in his most recent outing. We'll get some numbers a bit later on. The left-hander ready to go to work on Henry Bolte. Nice crowd, beautiful night, wind blowing straight out to center. And we thank you for joining us, and here we go. The first pitch of the game is swung on and lifted to right, slicing foul and out of play. Zach, what are some of the numbers about Shota Imanaga that jump out at you?
He comes in with a record of 4-6, Pat, a 4.37 ERA in 12 starts. But you talked about it. He's been hit hard over his last 4 starts, 22 runs in 22 2/3 innings.
He misses low and inside, Zach, 1-1.
Including 9 home runs, Pat, and the wind is blowing straight out tonight.
Definitely a hitter's night. Summer is right around the corner here at Wrigley. And the next pitch, check swing. That'll be a strike. He fooled him on a good splitter. 1-2. Strikeouts are very important in the summertime, Zach, because of the conditions, and any ball in play is dangerous. So the more guys you can strike out in those situations, the better off you're going to be. Let's see if he can get some punch-outs tonight. There's one, a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. And it's out number 1, Shota Imanaga striking out Henry Bolte. Just underway, the batter is Nick Kurtz.
The key for Shota is going to be command of the fastball, because if he's got it, then that makes the splitter even more deceptive. If he's missing with his fastball, you don't have to respect the splitter, and that's when he gets into trouble.
Nick Kurtz, left-handed batter, drove in the winning run in the 10th inning last night with an opposite field single. This guy's a real talent, Zach. He was the Rookie of the Year last season in the American League, and he was the Player of the Month in May last month. So he's off to a terrific start to his career. Left-handed batter, not much crouch in his stance. He's got some power. He hits a high pop fly, shallow right. Drifting in, Conforto. Michael will make the catch. And that's out number 2. And it brings up Shea Langoliers.
Talked about the fastball. Shota with excellent command of that fastball right there at the top of the zone on the inside edge. And he was able to get a routine pop fly there from Kurtz.
2 down, no score, top of the first. We want to say hi to Ron Coomer. Again, he's fine. He's just resting, and he'll be back soon. Here comes the pitch to Langoliers, fouled away off to the right. Langoliers is certainly one of the better hitting catchers in all of baseball. Hitting .286. 14 home runs. He's driven in 30. He's the DH tonight. He was the catcher the first 2 games of the series, and he takes down low from Shota. And the count 1-1.
Yeah, Koo mentioned this yesterday. 224 at-bats this season for Langoliers. They just want his bat in the lineup as often as they can get it.
He's muscular, wide open stance, yellow batting gloves on either hand. He bounces one to short. Routine for Swanson. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Shota Imanaga. The Athletics do nothing after a half, no score. Cubs coming up on the score on the Northwestern Medicine.
Right back to the mound. Good stab by Mulholland. And throw, what?
He
ball stuck in his glove.
The ball stuck in his glove, and that's why he ran so far to first he couldn't get it out. And then he attempted to lob it with his glove hand, and the glove went with it. And Brindley caught them both. This is a classic.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Van Poppel starts his motion, stumbles, the ball gets away, and the runners move up. I think there's going to be a full moon tonight.
Green gives a great effort, goes back, leaps straight up above. Boy, a strange play right there.
Hunter at the wall, jumping, and it's out of here! Hunter had the ball, Gary, and his glove fell over the wall.
Ground ball, step to the mound. Fossum goes to the plate. He thought the bases were loaded.
How do you like that? How do you like that?
Will it be on SportsCenter tonight? Bank on it.
Just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yuengling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs radio network.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Who's on first? Southwest Airlines, ranked first among U.S. airlines by the Wall Street Journal. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Cubs leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Pete Crow Armstrong gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot will donate $200 to Service Dog Charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Pete Crow Armstrong homered last night. He has an 8-game hitting streak. 3 for 9 in this series. Let's see if he can get a Cubs rally started right away. J.T. Ginn, a right-hander, has been pitching very effectively of late. And his first pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. In looking at J.T. Ginn's numbers, Zach, what strikes you?
13 games, 10 starts, a record of 3-3 with a 2.87 ERA, and he's had some gems over the last month.
Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss.
He took a no-hitter into the 9th inning last month against the Angels on the road. Ended up losing that game, gave up a single, followed by a walk-off home run. But that gives you an idea of the kind of talent he's got. He's coming off a victory over the Yankees last weekend.
I remember his comments after that heartbreaking loss. He was very philosophical and mature. And sure enough, he's bounced right back and gotten right in the saddle and is pitching well. Here's the 0-2, and it's outside for a ball. Something like, well, I pitched a good ball game, but these things happen in baseball. I feel good about my performance. It just didn't work out right. Something along those lines. I thought that's pretty mature for a young guy.
Yeah, he's 27 years old, broke into the big leagues with the A's in 2024.
Beat the Yankees in his last start on May 30th. Pitch to Pete. Check swing. Did he go? No swing.
It hit him, Pat.
And it did hit him. A check swing by Pete. He didn't make any dramatic effort to avoid being hit. And that breaking ball hit him in the back foot. So it's a hit by pitch. Cubs get a break. Pete is okay. It was a curveball. I don't think it did much physical damage to him. And the batter is Michael Conforto. Defensive alignment for the Athletics straight away. A little surprised the center fielder, Bolte, is not playing deeper. Ball's going to carry. There goes Pete. First pitch strike, throw to second base, not nearly in time. Pete Crow Armstrong had a huge jump and steals second, a dramatic headfirst slide. He's got dust and mud all over the front of his uniform, and it's only the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, Cubs steals are powered by a Turo tire. That's stolen base number 13 for Crow Armstrong. The reason you're going to see the Cubs try to run a lot tonight is because Ginn induces a lot of ground balls.
Again, glancing back at Pete, now the pitch to Conforto, a swing and a miss. He tried to check, couldn't do it. Again, in beating the Yankees on May 30th, gave up just one unearned run in 6 innings. And he got the win. His last 5 games, collectively, a 1.48 ERA, so he has been a hot pitcher. J.T. Ginn works over on the first base side of the rubber. Cubs with a scoring chance, a man at second, nobody out. Bottom of the first, 0-0 game. Conforto waiting. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball got him. So Conforto trying to make contact to at least advance the runner, unable to do so. And it's out number 1, and the batter is Michael Busch.
A 94-mile-per-hour heater right at the top of the zone on the inner half. The speed gun powered by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Michael Busch had an RBI triple in last night's game. Here's a pickoff throw to second, not in time. The shortstop, Williams, snuck in behind Crow Armstrong. That was a close play. DJ Rayburn, the second base umpire, in perfect position to make the call. Busch trying to drive in the game's first run. And he'll take a fastball strike, top of the zone.
The first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Outfield pretty much straight away. Relatively deep against Michael Busch. He's got 36 runs batted in. And he takes low and outside. The count 1-1. Defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Pete Crow Armstrong leads at second. And the pitch taken high for a ball, 2-1. Alex Bregman is on deck. Cubs just having a hard time as a team in the clutch hitting area of late. Let's see if Michael Busch can drive in the game's first run. And the pitch. It's down low, and it's 3-1.
The Cubs have loaded the lineup tonight with left-handed batters. That's because Ginn has an opposing batting average of 165 against right-handers. So Crow Armstrong, Conforto, Busch, 1, 2, 3 in the order, all left-handed batters.
Let's see if they can do some damage then, Zach. Here comes the 3-1 to Busch. And he takes outside ball 4. That entire plate appearance, I kind of had the feeling he was working around the left-handed batter. And now let's see if Alex Bregman can come through as the cleanup man.
At Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over.
For Armstrong now 13 stolen bases. He's been caught 5 times. And here is Bregman, 1 for 8 in the first 2 games. Wind blowing straight out. A bluff move to second. The runner scampers back.
You mentioned Bregman, 1 for 8 in the series. He's gotten at least 1 hit in 12 of his last 13 games.
Bregman will take a strike. Nice warm evening. Zach, did we get a game time temperature?
We actually did get a game time temperature. It's 83 degrees.
83. Summer's here. Game time temp sponsored by 4 Seasons. Bregman takes another strike. And it's 0-2. 4 Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. They sponsor the game time temperature each and every game. Bregman, 0-2, waiting. Runners lead, first and second. The pitch fouled away. A breaking ball. Tough pitch. 0-2 on Bregman. He's got 19 runs batted in. Alex 1 for 8 in this series. Veteran right-handed batter. Very little crouch in his stance. In fact, no crouch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball got him. So nobody has put the ball in play after the first 4 batters. Crow Armstrong hit by a pitch. Conforto struck out. Busch walked, and now Bregman has struck out. So 2 outs, 2 on for Ian Happ.
Ian had a couple of hits in last night's ball game. Pat, he's hitting better than 350 over his last 7 games. with 3 homers and 10 RBIs. They need him to come through here.
The stretch by Ginn and the pitch. Swing and a chopper foul. Cubs have their home white uniforms on, the blue pinstripes all over. Dark blue helmets and numbers and sleeves and socks. Blue pinstripes all over, as we said. The Athletics in their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers, green caps with green numbers trimmed in gold. Here's the 0-1. Happ checks and takes outside. This guy can bring it. Just the way the batters are reacting, you can tell he is a hard thrower. And the count now 1-1 on Ian Happ. Crow Armstrong leads at second, Bush away from first. And the 1-1. Happ drives one in the air to right. Down the line, it's going to go foul. Had plenty of distance, but it curled foul by about 40 feet. Happ never left the home plate area. He knew it was going to go foul, but boy, he hit that ball hard.
Talked about his fastball. Ginn throws it hard at 95 miles per hour. He took something off there with a cutter, top of the zone on the inner half at around 90 miles per hour. Happ jumped all over it, but just pulled it foul.
So now it's 1-2 on the Cubs left fielder, Ian Happ. Time call. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Now the right-hander J.T. Ginn ready and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A changeup strikes out Ian Happ. The Cubs squander a good scoring chance. They had Crow Armstrong at second with nobody out, but they...
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and had a brain cramp.
I don't think that's really the proper place to do that.
Second, Rojas. Dodger infield tonight, sparkling. Feeling for the wall, and he got it! Nice play by Christopher Morel, crashing on the bunt. What a play in left by Antonacci. Got the wall, jumps, and he makes the catch, crashes into the fence.
Sharply hit, diving stop Paredes, gets up, fires.
Carter Jensen dives! Wow, what a play!
Caught by McGonigal at third, wow.
Sliding catch! Joe does it again. He's saving runs everywhere you put him. Makes the run.
For surprise team practice carpools. Dynamic storage for when quick stops at the antique market turn into a whole new living room set. With Google built in for when you choose the road more exciting. And innovative technology and advanced safety features for all your precious cargo. The Volvo XC90. Designed for life. Visit volvocars.com/US to learn more. Google is a trademark of Google LLC.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
Second inning brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you go. Here's Pat and Zach.
Thanks to Judson Richards. He'll be along to work with Zach at some point in the middle of the game. And he'll chime in on the out-of-town scoreboard as we move along. Shota Imanaga worked a perfect 1-2-3 first inning. Now the pitch to Colby Thomas is swung on and missed. And the count 0-2. Thomas had a clutch pinch hit home run in the 8th inning last night that started the Athletics on their come-from-behind win. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball is high. Next inning, Zach, we're excited to have Marty Lennertz from 93 XRT, the morning show. He's a Chicago rock and roll icon, celebrating his 40th year at WXRT. Here comes the 1-2. Bouncer to short, charging and picking Swanson, running through to first to get him. And that's out number one. But Marty's celebrating his 40th year at WXRT. It says here, Zach, that Marty initially joined WXRT as Terry Hemmert's producer in 1981, and then about 5 years later, officially turned on the mic as an on-air host June 4, 1986, 40 years ago today. That is a very, very impressive longevity statement. That's amazing, in fact.
Yeah, he's become one of the more familiar voices in Chicago.
He's going to drop by and visit with us in the third inning. Here's a bouncer out towards Swanson. He'll glove it near the bag at second and throw to first in time. Dansby always appears relaxed. And if you're a young infielder, that's a pretty good thing to try to do. Easier said than done. But Dansby always seems relaxed, never hurries his throw, takes his time, measures the throw, and just fires a strike time after time. Here's Jonah Heim. Heim is the right-handed batting catcher. But Marty Leonards is a lifelong Cub fan. Grew up in the shadow of Wrigley Field, nearby Edison Park. And he tossed out the first pitch tonight. There is a strike. I'm curious, Zach, it says he has interviewed some of the biggest names in rock and roll. And we're going to find out who some of his favorites have been. Here comes the 0-1 from Shota to Heim. It's down low for a ball, 1-1.
We need a Feel Like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel Like a Bosch. I feel like Shota's going to bounce back and have a quality start tonight. What do you think?
I like that. I certainly hope you're right. Here's a chopper to third. That's going to be a fair ball, fielded by Bregman. Running off-balance throw right on the money. Bregman gets his man at first. 2 perfect innings for Shota Imanaga. He looks very sharp after an inning and a...
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame can tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
More rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Cooking with Clark, presented by Reynolds and Hefty, is back on select Cubs Family Sundays. The first Sunday, June 7th, 200 dessert samples after the demo. Head to Gallagher Way pregame. Huh?
200? Wow, I can only think of 195. How about you, Zach?
I want to eat the other 5 as well.
Nico Horner leads it off. We're delighted to have Marty Leonards join us. We talked about his 40th anniversary today. Here's a high fly ball into left center shallow, playable for either Soderstrom or Bolte. The left fielder Soderstrom will make the catch. And that's out number 1. No score. We're in the bottom of the second inning, but Marty, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for... Am I on? Thanks so much. Thanks for inviting me to the booth. This is great.
Not a bad view, is it?
This view is phenomenal. You know, I was up here with you guys before when we had a day for Lynn Bramer about 3 years ago. And, man, it's such a privilege to be up here. And what a great thing to be here with you, Pat, and you, Zach. And we should do this quickly before this inning's over.
Well, we got plenty of time, Marty. You take your time. Congratulations. What did that feel like, knowing it was your 40th anniversary on the air?
Well, you know, I knew it was coming at some point this year, but they totally surprised me. It was a surprise. I get into the radio station today at 5:30, and I walk into the studio, and there are balloons in the studio, and a sign that says "A Legend Since 1986." And I'm like, what? And then everybody came into the studio and told me this was the anniversary, the actual 40th anniversary of me being a full-time DJ on XRT.
That sounds like something that maybe Mitch Rosen would have had a little hand in playing.
Well, Mitch certainly has been part of the planning of today, and also Michelle Rutkowski, who's my boss at XRT, and all my colleagues just worked together to pull off this surprise. And then they told me that I was going to throw out the first pitch, which was quite a thrill to do that. And I had no idea. Although my wife, this week she went to a sporting goods store.
Ballesteros bangs one into center field, a base hit over toward right center. It's a one-out single for Moises Ballesteros. 0-0 game, bottom of inning number 2, and the batter Pedro Ramirez. We're visiting with Marty Leonards of 93 XRT. Marty, what do you recall from your first day on the air, June 4, 1986?
Well, it was an overnight show, and what I recall was 2 days before, I was working part-time at the station then, just picking up shifts here and there, and I was broke. I didn't have a dime to my name. And I'm sitting at a desk and I'm looking at a car insurance bill that I had to pay, and I had no money to pay it. And I get a phone call from Norm Weiner, who's the program director, and he says, so what are you doing tonight? Do you want to do a show, do an overnight show?
Ground ball to first, fielded by Kurt, steps on the bag, throws to second. That's a double play, and that's going to end the inning. We're going to continue with Marty Leonards when we come back in the top of the third. Cubs don't score, get a hit, leave none after 2-0.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame can tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. Be cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chef.
Moniak on the run, sliding gravity, can't get it. It rolls up the line. Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the back.
Clean up on base number 1.
Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here? Back in the produce section. That's good.
How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Top of the third at Wrigley Field, Cubs and A's are scoreless. It's partly cloudy, 81 degrees, wind blowing out. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees.
Zach Geloff will lead off the third for the Athletics against Shota Imanaga. 0-0 game. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and Geloff takes inside. We're visiting with Marty Lennertz. Celebrated his 40th anniversary on the air this morning at XRT. Marty, it says here you have interviewed some of the biggest names in rock and roll, and I am an inveterate rock and roll fan going way back to the 1950s, I would say. Who have been some of your favorite big-name rock and rollers to interview, and why?
Well, I've had the opportunity to interview a lot of folks, both at the radio station and at festivals like Lollapalooza and Bonnaroo. Well, the ones that come to mind, you know, when you ask the greatest rock stars, I did get to interview Keith Richards and Mick Jagger both a couple of times.
Is that right?
And the thing about Keith was waiting for him. It was like a Zoom interview kind of thing, you know, an ISDN line. He was somewhere else.
Why doesn't that surprise me? Here is a swing and a foul off to the right out of play.
Well, they keep saying, well, Keith is on the way. He's coming soon. Now Keith is having a cigarette. He'll be here soon. He'll be here. So finally, I just hear this voice in my headphones. Hear that, Monty? This is Keith.
Monty.
I'm like, wow.
Bouncing ball to the hole at short. Tough play for Swanson. Long throw, and it's not in time. It gets away from Bush at first. Impossible play, and Dansby almost made it. He was running toward the left field line as he backhanded that ball, and then, without setting his feet, threw it sidearm off balance. And it probably would not have been in time, but it was a tremendous effort by Swanson nonetheless.
Yeah, just a little wide of first toward the home plate side.
Just
and
a
Bush
little bit.
Tried to snag it on a hop by keeping his foot on the bat. Couldn't quite do it.
So then Keith, I asked him, how you doing? And he says, me? I'm cool, as always.
And modest. Here's a ground ball to second base, fielded by Horner. Go to Swanson. There's one over to first. And it's in time for a double play. The A's might challenge the play at first. They're going to watch the video. How about Mick Jagger? Did you enjoy talking to him?
Oh, I did. He was a lot different than Keith. And at the time, he was in a video where he was wearing this purple suit, this really incredible suit. And I asked him, I said, so where does someone get a purple suit like that? And he deadpans, Savile Row, dear.
What was that again?
I asked him where he got this suit, this purple suit. He goes, it's Savile Row, dear. And I said, well, the next time I'm in London, I should get one of those. And he then comes back with, oh, you do that.
It's the bouncing ball wide of third. Fielded by Bregman. He'll throw to first in time. Marty, I'm going to let you go. Congratulations on a very special day for you, and thanks for stopping by.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me up here. And what a great view this is.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, you know, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
That's Junior Caminero. High shot back into deep center field. Perez still on the move, and that baby is gone. Home run, center field, off the bat of Junior Caminero. And the Rays put on a little power show. Number 14 for Caminero. 422 feet off the bat of Junior Caminero.
Right through the dugout, and hopefully that gets him going.
Based on customers' usage and rate.
At Consumers Credit Union, you're more than an account number. They put the focus on you. Partner with the people in your corner today at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Dansby Swanson's on deck for the Cubs as he digs in, and J.T. Ginn fires off a sinking fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Swanson back in the number 9 hole. We're in the bottom of the third. Scoreless game. Cubs and A's. The pitch is low and outside as Ginn misses with a slider. The count is 1-1. Cubs have just one hit so far. A single by Moises Ballesteros in the second. Righty-righty matchup as Ginn works his motion. High leg kick and pitch. And Swanson swings and misses. Sinking fastball, 95 miles per hour. The count is 1-2. Swanson on the year hitting at 183. He does have 7 home runs. Ginn faces home plate. Now he whirls and delivers. The 1-2. Off the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Swanson waits. The 2-2 pitch is low. So Dansby has worked a full count. Guys, we've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
It's a good point, Zach.
So we'll do it after this pitch. The 3-2. Swanson hits a pop fly. Shallow center coming in Bolte, and he makes the catch. Swanson's retired, 1 away. So, Pat, what's your guess in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game?
I don't see a whole lot of empty seats. It's a gorgeous night. I'm sure some fans realized what a pleasant weather evening it was going to be and decided to come out. I'm going to say 36,063. 36063.
Beat Crow Armstrong at the plate. 1 down, bottom 3 scoreless game against the A's. Here's the pitch. PCA looks at a ball low and outside. A change that missed. 1-0. Crow Armstrong was hit by a pitch to lead off the game for the Cubs. Now the 1-0. Shows bunt, pulls it back, pitch inside, 2-0 the count. I'm going to go 36,500 tonight with my guess. Ginn peers in, gets the sign from his catcher, Heim, and here comes the 2-0. Off the outside, 3-0 with PCA at the plate. Judson, what's your guess tonight?
I'm going to go 37,250.
After this pitch, we'll get the Maestro's guess. Paul Zarang. The 3-0 delivery by Ginn. Crow Armstrong takes a strike, a sinking fastball. 3-1.
Zach, I'm looking at those flags. They have to look very inviting to any batter who has power. And certainly PCA has plenty of power.
Now the 3-1. That's a called strike, a cutter from Ginn. So the count is full. It was near the top of the zone on the outer half. Crow Armstrong calls time, steps out of the box. Adjusts the batting helmet. Ginn wants a new baseball. He gets it. Now walks down the back slope of the mound to the rosin bag. And now we're ready for the resumption of play. Ginn on the rubber. He works his motion and deals. The payoff pitch to Crow Armstrong. Called strike 3. Sinking fastball that fooled PCA. 2 away. It was on the inside edge, about knee high, and it froze Crow Armstrong.
Tough pitch. It came in looking like it was going to be inside, Zach, but as you called it, it snuck back over the plate at the last instant, and it was a good call by the umpire, Stephen Yashinsky.
Michael Conforto at the plate, and he looks at a ball low and outside, 1-0. What is our engineer Paul Zarang's guess tonight in the Vinnie's Beverage Depot attendance game?
Zach Paul's going to go with a 35-222.
All right, so the guesses are in. Good luck, Ben. Here comes the 1-0 to Conforto. Dribbled foul off to the left, 1-1.
So the Giants beat Milwaukee earlier today, 12-9 in a wild game at Miller Park. The Giants will be here this weekend for 3-day games, all starting at 1:20 here at Wrigley Field.
Cubs are going to see a lot of the Giants in the next couple of weeks.
And Colorado.
Yeah. Following that weekend series against San Francisco, the Cubs hit the road. The 1-1 to Conforto. And a ground ball hit to second, fielded on one knee by McNeil. Sidearm throw to first in time to get Conforto. Cubs go down in order in the third. We head to the fourth, scoreless game. Cubs and A's on the score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Broken bat, dropping, base hit. They've done it again. This time, Cole Young. Walk-off win once more for the Mariners. That gum bucket's been getting to work out recently.
Will Smith got the cut fastball, and what a rolling grab by Jorge Barosa.
Wow.
Barosa's got another one. Jorge Barosa. And the Jorge Barosa show continues in center field here in Arizona.
Guided right side, Arroyo on the spin, smother, got him! Oh, what a play in his big league debut.
Good range, great arm, great play.
Testing the limits of the drop. This is way back, and this is 3 in a row.
The calendar flips and the Tigers start flipping the ball into the seats.
This guy's a great pitcher, just a generational type of talent.
And he is putting on a show. That's his 8th strikeout.
Ball game and the Rangers win. Jacob deGrom, career win number 100.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Appliance.com for full details.
Top of the fourth, into the go, scoreless at Wrigley Field between the Cubs and the A's. Our out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Zach?
Henry Bolte leading things off here in the fourth for the A's. Right-handed batter. The pitch from Shota Imanaga is low for ball one.
Zach, bottom of the second inning in Houston. Pirates lead the Astros 1-0. Cardinals and Reds, they are off today. Pat noted this a minute ago, but the Giants did beat the Brewers today with a final of 12-9. So a chance for the Cubs to gain some ground.
Let's see if they can do it. Imanaga deals the 1-0 delivery. A swing and a miss by Bolte. So the count is 1-1. Patented Imanaga splitter that clipped the bottom of the zone on the inner half. Shota working on the third base side of the rubber. The pitch, another swing and miss by Bolte as Shota doubles up on the splitter. The count is 1-2. Bolte struck out swinging his first time up to lead off the game. Imanaga is ready. Sets above the belt. High leg kick and pitch. And Bolte dribbles one foul off to the left. The count is 1-2.
Pitchers dominating the early part of the game, Zach, and it's a great night to hit. Not a single ball has been close to the outfield wall yet.
Yeah, the A's have just one hit tonight. A single by Zach Geloff in the third. Here's the 1-2. Up high, check swing by Bolte. Did not offer. 2-2 the count. Partly cloudy evening here at Wrigley. It is just beautiful. Temperature in the low 80s. Wind blowing out. Nearly a full house here at Wrigley. The 2-2. Little chopper. Foul off to the left. Seemed nearly a packed house. It's definitely full. here at the friendly confines tonight.
Yeah, I don't see too many empty seats, maybe way up in the corners down the lines, but the bleachers are filled, the lower deck, upper deck.
Bolte fouls that last pitch back off the screen. Count remains 2-2.
This will be the final meeting between these two teams during the regular season. Last year, the Cubs swept the Athletics in Sacramento.
Yeah, their temporary home before moving to Las Vegas. Here's the 2-2. Just missed up high, and the Cubs are going to challenge that one.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
Moises Ballesteros behind the plate tonight for the Cubs. Taking a look at the monitor, and it clipped the zone for a strike on the bottom edge, right along the outside for strike 3. So an excellent challenge there by Moises Ballesteros. Bolte is retired, 1 away.
Courageous move by Ballesteros. He's a young player, but he was confident that that was a strike, and he was right on the money. That's the way you work this system.
Nick Kurtz at the plate and looks at a breaking ball low and outside, 1-0. That ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. So Imanaga now with 2 strikeouts on the evening, and strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are a very good thing. We'll explain as Kurtz swings and misses at a splitter. The count is 1-1. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 1 down, top 4, scoreless game. Cubs at A's. Cubs trying to avoid a sweep here at Wrigley against these Athletics. Well, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball from Imanaga. And Kurtz in the hole, 1-2.
You know, Zach, when I say strikeouts are a good thing, that means I'm looking for the copy to read. I'm buying time. Were you doing that same thing a minute ago?
Sort of. Here's the 1-2. That's a breaking ball off the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've learned from the best.
Well, these are live broadcasts. Kind of frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, now you tell me. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pitch in the dirt. But he still gets Kurtz with a splitter. 2 away.
Third strikeout for Shota. Again, strikeouts are very big on games where the wind is blowing out. For the simple reason, the fewer balls put in play, the better off you're going to be as a pitcher.
And once again, strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. So 2 down, back-to-back strikeouts for Imanaga here in the 4th. Scoreless game against the A's. The batter, Shea Langoliers, the designated hitter tonight. The pitch. Up high, ball 1. Langoliers grew up in Oregon, but his parents were both fans of the New York Mets. So Langoliers was named after the Mets' old home, Shea Stadium. Here's the 1-0. Up high, 2-0.
And that was your team growing up as well.
I grew up in New York, not Oregon. But yes. Langoliers, right-handed batter, hits out of a crouch open stance. The 2-0. And a high fly ball hit to deep right. Going back Conforto at the track near the wall, leaps, and this one is gone. Into the basket for a home run. And now Langoliers stops at second base. The umpires aren't sure, so they're meeting behind the mound. It looked like, from our vantage point, that it went into the basket and then bounced off the brick walls behind the basket back into the field of play. We'll wait to see if the umpires saw the same thing.
That's what I saw, Zach. This is going to be a home run. Yep. The umpires conferring and agreeing. Craig Counsell wants an explanation, but I think Craig realizes it did land in the basket. Craig is going to have them take another look at it just for good measure.
So what they're going to do here is this is going to be a crew chief review, Pat, meaning that the Cubs won't lose a challenge if indeed the call stands. But yeah, in taking a look at the replay, it went over the basket bounced off the bricks, maybe hit the glove of a fan leaning over, and then ended up in the field of play.
Clearly a home run. This is going to be a very short session where they watch the replay. Landed in the basket and then, as you said, hit the bricks and came back out. But that's a home run. And that has been for many years.
That's the voice of the crew chief, DJ Rayburn, and the call stands. A home run for Shea Langoliers. 1-0 Athletics over the Cubs here with 2 down in the top of the 4th. They took a second look, and a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
I can imagine if you're down on field level and you're watching an outfielder making a leaping try, I could see where his glove might block some of the things you're trying to watch, like where exactly the ball landed as it was sailing toward the wall. So just to be cautious, that's why they looked at it a second time.
Colby Thomas at the plate. He swings and misses at a splitter. The count is 1-1 on the A's cleanup man. 1-0 Athletics with 2 away here in the 4th. Thomas grounded out his first time up. Here's the 1-1. High and outside, 2 balls and a strike. We're coming to you live all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
14th home run allowed by Shota Imanaga in 74 innings. He'd like to cut that number down.
That last pitch, a splitter for a ball. It was low and inside. 3-1. Lefty-righty matchup. And here's the 3-1. A bouncing ball, foul off to the left. Full count.
That is not going to be the last home run we see in this game. Great hitting conditions tonight. Warm, windy, wind blowing straight out.
The payoff pitch. Thomas fouls it away out of play off to the right. Second deck. So they'll do it again.
Teams with very similar records. The A's 1 game below 500. Cubs 2 games above.
The 3-2. Thomas fouls it back off the screen. What's interesting is the National League Central, you can make a case, is the most challenging division so far in Major League Baseball. With the way things have gone this year. In the National League, a lot of winning teams in that league. The American League, a very different league so far this season. Here comes the 3-2. Thomas swings, hits a high fly ball deep center. Carl Armstrong backing up near the wall, has a play, makes the catch just to the left of the 400-foot marker in center field. Out number 3. But the A's get on the board, striking first with the home run by Langoliers. 1-0 Athletics, middle 4 on the...
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
630-556-8892. That's 630-556-8892 or jeffbuysyourhouse.com.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Speak with Hometown Cubs baseball and Chicago sports. It'll weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Here's Zach and Pat.
Thank you very much, Judson. Michael Busch leads off the last of the fourth. Cubs down 1 as JT Ginn starts off Busch with a sinking fastball that he swings and misses at. 0-1 the count. A raucous ovation during the break for championship Cub Anthony Rizzo. The 0-1, another swing and miss by Busch. 0-2 the count. Anthony Rizzo in the stands, sipping a beer. And our friend from the broadcast booth last night, clubhouse manager for the Cubs, Danny Mueller, now sitting next to Riz in the stands during the game. Here's the 0-2. That's off the outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Busch, which makes you wonder. I mean, the rest of the guys in the clubhouse that work underneath Danny, I mean, they're pulling extra duty the last couple of nights.
He's the man about the ballpark.
The 1-2. Busch grounds one on the right side. Fielded by McNeil on the dirt. He throws to first, and Busch is retired. 1 away here in the fourth with the A's up 1-0. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams. We are 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM and HD1 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Alex Bregman at the plate, 1 down, bottom 4, 1-0 A's. The pitch, Bregman grounds one to third, backing up, fielding, belt high is Geloff. His throw a little wide off first, caught by Kurtz in foul territory, and he spins in front of the bag to tag Bregman in time before he reached the cushion. 2 away.
Cubs just having a hard time barreling up anything against JT Ginn.
And this is the deal with Ginn. He's a ground ball pitcher. Batter Ian Happ hitting from the left side. The pitch outside, 1-0. Happ struck out swinging in the first. Ginn faces home plate. Glove in front of the face. Hands over the head. High leg kick and pitch. And Happ looks at ball 2 outside. 95-mile-per-hour fastball with a little sink to it. 2-0. The A's vacating third with their defensive alignment at the moment. Ginn deals the 2-0. Happ takes ball 3 off the outside. So Geloff, the third baseman, is playing where shortstop normally would, and the shortstop, Aliko Williams, up the middle, just to the left of the second base bag.
I say green light for Happ on 3-0.
And here comes the pitch. Happ was taking fastball, called a strike, 94 miles per hour.
Managers, I think, Zach, are a bit more liberal about giving guys a green light when the wind is blowing straight out. And why not?
That last pitch hugged the outside edge, about knee high. Here's the 3-1. Happ swings and taps it foul at the plate, 3-2. That was a change. You can see why Ginn is so effective. So he's got 2 different fastballs, the one with sink to it and the regular 4-seamer. And then he's got the off-speed stuff, that changeup that looks the same, but a lot slower, and you keep hitters off balance. Happ calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his powder blue batting gloves and his batting helmet. Now digs back in, taps home plate with his two-tone bat, gets in his stance, he's ready. So is Ginn. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Happ out in front of a change. Cubs go down in order in the fourth. We head to inning number 4.
Turns out a minor tune-up to the Dodgers lineup may have Mookie Betts firing on all cylinders.
It's gone! There's the feel, there's the results.
Dave Roberts decided to give Mookie a new perspective on Tuesday, dropping him from his usual 2-hole down to the cleanup spot for the first time since 2017. Safe to say, Mookie's slumbering bat woke up.
And this ball is gone. A home run as Mookie announces he is back.
Betts went atomic against the Rockies, launching 2 homers and driving in 5.
Well, Betts in that cleanup spot, and that's exactly what he's been doing with runs. He's been cleaning them up.
And hey, shout out Andy Paez. He shifted up into the 2 spot, racked up 4 hits, and extended his MLB leading RBI total. The Dodgers have been winning and are on top in the NL West, but getting Mookie Betts back to his old self makes their chances at a three-peat look a whole lot better.
There's a shot deep to left, way back, kiss it, goodbye, home run for Andre Dawson. It's across the street, and the scramble is on.
And it looked like the mailman got it. Andre Dawson delivering the mail, and the mailman getting the baseball.
And you better not mess with the U.S. mail.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Basically, the Cubs 1-0 as we head into the 5th inning. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Here is Pat Hughes.
Thanks, Judson. As we go to inning number 5, Shota Imanaga will face the left-handed batting Tyler Soderstrom. And the first pitch, a curveball in there for a called strike. Soderstrom bounced out his first time. 1-0 Athletics. A 4th inning home run by Shea Langoliers is the difference. Here's a pop-up down the left field line, racing over and unable to make the play is Bregman. Happ was also in the area, but it landed in the first row, down the line and left in foul territory. So it's 0-2. Well, I was reading about the left-hander for the Phillies, Christopher Sanchez, making some baseball history here in the last few weeks. He saw his scoreless streak end at 50 2/3 innings pitched. Do you realize, Zach, that's the most ever by a left-handed pitcher in big league history?
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Pretty impressive. Orel Hershiser of the Dodgers had 59 consecutive scoreless innings. That's the all-time record, 1988. He broke Don Drysdale's mark of 58 consecutive scoreless innings, 1968. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and that's out number 1. Soderstrom is down on strikes.
88 was the year that the Dodgers would go on to win the World Series, shocking the A's to win the championship.
That's exactly right. Hershiser pitched well in the postseason. That was the Kirk Gibson World Series, too, where he had the pinch hit home run with 2 sore legs. Barely made it around the bases as he homered off Dennis Eckersley on a breaking ball on 3-2 in Game 1, and that kind of set the tone for the series. A stunning moment, though, in baseball, if you're old enough to remember. There's a check swing ground ball to third, fielded by a charging Bregman, running through to first to get him. Bregman, in watching him for these last few months, Zach, he's almost as comfortable throwing the ball on the run as he is in a stationary stance.
Yeah, excellent footwork. You can tell why he's won a Gold Glove. He's one of the best fielders in the game.
Jonah Heim bounces out, and here is Zach Geloff. Geloff spells his last name Gelof. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1.
By the way, the first out was sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
There's a high pop fly right side foul, and this will be out of play. Wind still blowing out, not quite as briskly as it was earlier. It's still a hitter's night. There's no question about that. But you're going to have to hit it a little harder now to have it leave the yard. Here comes the 0-2 from the Cub left-hander. Pop fly, good pitch in on his hands. The second baseman, Horner, is waiting and squeezing, and it's a 1-2-3 inning from Imanaga. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's the Athletics 1 and the Cubs nothing on the score.
And what do we got? Oh, it's one of those parabolic mics. This is one of the sillier delays that I've seen. Gino Hackett on his heels, a little high. It's airmailed into right field. Heath at third, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. That was awkward. Trying a little trickeration over the field for it. It's worth a shot. Why not?
Oh, that's funny. Wait till they mass market them, like the Grimace.
Yeah. So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Exciting with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Tomorrow the Cubs take on the Giants at 1:20. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans of the Budweiser bleachers 21 and older receive a Cubs 1910 replica jersey presented by Budweiser. Be sure to arrive early. Here is Pat Hughes.
All right, Judson, thank you. Again, Ron Coomer is off. He's healthy. He's fine. He's just resting and taking it easy for a day or two. Nico Horner will lead off the bottom of this fifth inning against J.T. Ginn. And Nico swings and misses. Tried to check his swing about halfway through. I think it was a called strike anyway. Horner flied to left. He's 0 for 1. Cubs have one hit so far as Nico takes a ball outside. Moises Ballesteros with a single back in the second inning. Another man has reached on a walk. That was Bush. And Pete Crow Armstrong was hit by a pitch, but no runs. Horner takes the strike. This guy really does have good control.
The batter is
Again, doing a lot of painting. Cubs are challenging that call. Let's see. Was it outside? It was.
also returned the pitch of the ball. Chicago retains the challenge.
So a good eye by Nico. That ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Let's see if Nico can crank up a Cubs rally. The team is due for some offense. Trying to salvage something out of this three-game series. Here's the pitch. Horner takes low, and it's 3-1. Nico would love to get a base hit, but he knows that a walk would possibly start a rally as well. And the 3-2 by J.T. Ginn. And Horner will take a strike in the count 3-2. That was a 3-1 delivery.
Yeah, fastball right at the top of the zone.
And now the payoff pitch by the right-hander. And Nico hits a fly ball to center. It's playable. Bolte will make the catch, and that's out number 1. 1-0 Athletics. A fourth-inning home run by Shea Langoliers is the difference. And the batter is Moises Ballesteros.
Now, Pat, you mentioned Moises singled his first time up. Boy, he really needed that base hit entering play tonight over his last 15, a 105 average, 4 for 38 with no home runs.
Ballesteros takes outside. I think a lot of young players experience that, Zach, because they are so accustomed to playing every single day in amateur ball, college, and then early in the minor leagues. They're playing every single day. In the big leagues, it doesn't always happen that way. There's the 1-0 pitch and a chopper foul. You have to get your at-bats when you get them and make, full advantage of them or take full advantage of them. But it's not the same as it is in the minors.
You're exactly right. And Ballesteros got off to such a fast start. Then the league adjusted to him. And now he's got to make that adjustment back.
There comes the 1-1 to Moises. Swing and a miss. 1-2. You think about it, if you're a minor leaguer, you're playing every day and you're hitting over 300 and driving in runs. And then you get called up to the big leagues and you just don't get a chance to start and play regularly unless somebody gets injured. Here comes the 1-2. It's just outside. This guy is around the plate on almost every pitch. Right-hander J.T. Ginn delivers to Moises Ballesteros. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's out number 2.
Not only is he around the plate with each pitch, different speeds with each pitch. So you got the fastball that you have to always hold him accountable. And then you've got that changeup that dips out of the zone like that one that Ballesteros missed. And then he can throw the slider on either end.
Here's Pedro Ramirez. This would be a good time for his first big league home run. And he takes outside for a ball. Pedro wrapped into a double play his first time. Geloff is shallow at third. I don't see him bunting with 2 outs and nobody on. Not with the wind blowing out. He hits a high pop fly, shallow right center. The second baseman, McNeil, out. The center fielder in, makes the catch. That's Bolte. And the Cubs go 1-2-3. It's on to the 6th inning. It's the Athletics 1 and the Cubs nothing on the score.
At the warning track, and he makes the leaping grab. There's a tap, and Martin barehanded off his back foot. You gotta be kidding me. Davis Martin's on another level right now. Hit the bag, pops up. Bell stays with it, dives, and he's out. Boy, everything happening there.
Cam Smith going back, and he will jump up. Cam just robbed him of a home run.
Oh, my. St. got a long run in. He dives and makes a ridiculous play. That is as good as you can do it.
Ground ball, a diving stop. Jimenez to his feet. Get him! That is an outstanding play. Whoa, play by Corbin. Might not even have seen it go into his glove, and he makes a great play.
Charging in his Antonacci. Makes the diving catch. What an effort in left field.
Places it on the ground to short. Gunnar Henderson whirls and fires and gets his man.
Bryce Matthews flips to Pena barehand and a one-hopper to first.
The way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light field. Huh?
Okay, Zach, 1-0 Athletics. Lefty against lefty as Jeff McNeil stands in against Shota Imanaga. First pitch, line towards center. Pete Crow Armstrong is there to make the catch. A solid line drive hit by Jeff McNeil, but right to the on-rushing Center fielder Crow Armstrong, 1 pitch and 1 away, and the batter is Alika Williams.
And Pat, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
We're going to take a look at a little baseball history here, Zach, as we move along. Brought to you by the Village of BedfordPark.com. Williams takes a strike. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Lights beginning to have an effect. Still some daylight. Gentle breeze blowing straight out to center. Shea Langoliers homered to the basket in straightaway right. And he's the only hitter who's really taken advantage of the conditions in this game. Williams checks. Did he go? Yes, he did. Good call by Sean Barber, the first base umpire. Let's see what's happened on the 4th of June. We mentioned the great Sandy Koufax earlier. On this date in '64, he pitched his 3rd career no-hitter at Philadelphia. Check swing, it's up high. Koufax, I believe, would pitch 4 no-hitters. He was something to see. I'm glad I had a chance to watch him live a couple of times. He was not a huge man. He was very strong, Zach, but he was only maybe 5'11", 6 feet, and I would say average built. But to throw that hard, the strength has to come from somewhere, and it was just amazing how much speed he could generate with his fastball. Here's a pitch outside. He walked him. Shota did not want to do that. He has just walked the number 9 hitter, a guy hitting 143. With 1 away here in the 6th inning. The A's lead 1-0, and the batter is Henry Bolte.
And Koufax did indeed throw 4 no-hitters during his big league career, including a perfect game, with 1 no-hitter in each of 4 consecutive seasons from 1962 to 1965.
And then he would retire after the '66 season. A drive into the gap in left center. That's trouble. 1 hop to the ivy. Racing toward third is Williams. He's going to try to score. The relay by Swanson is offline. And it's an RBI double for Henry Bolte. And the Athletics lead 2-0. The ball was 1 hop to the ivy. Pete Crow Armstrong got it, fired it into the cutoff man, Swanson. But good speed by Williams, and he scores all the way from first.
It was a splitter that didn't dip out of the zone. It stayed right in the heart of the plate, about knee-high. And Bolte lined it hard, exit velocity 107 miles per hour in a power alley in left center.
2-0 Athletics. Nick Kurtz, the batter. And the pitch by Shota is high and inside. Shota walked the number 9 hitter. The RBI double by Bolte gives him 7 runs batted in. And now the dangerous Nick Kurtz waiting. Swings and misses. Good curveball, 1-1. Great crowd, but they've had very little to get excited about for the 3rd straight game. Now the 1-1. Fisted foul out of play by Kurtz. Here's a note, 2004 baseball history at Turner Field. Julio Franco became the oldest player in baseball history to hit a grand slam. Guess how old he was, Zach?
I would guess 40?
45.
Oh, wow.
Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. It's down low for a ball. And I've got news for you. 40 is not old.
It isn't baseball.
It used to be, but not anymore. 2-2 on Nick Kurtz. And the 2-2. Strike 3 call. Kurtz caught looking. Knee-high fastball. Strikeout for Shota. His 5th of the game. And the batter is Shea Langoliers. You got first base open here. I wonder if the Cubs are going to pitch to him or pitch very carefully to him, or walk him. Apparently, they're going to pitch to him.
Yeah, the problem is you've got the right-handed hitting cleanup man Colby Thomas on deck. He's got a home run in this series, too.
Reagular swings and misses. This guy does not get cheated on his cuts. I've noticed the Athletics, Zach, they've got 3 guys at the top of their order, all hitting .286 or better. And that's rare in today's game. There's a high fly ball in the center, playable for Pete Crow Armstrong. He lost it. Does he see it? No, it's landing behind him. He lost the ball in the sky. A run has scored. Reagular's rounding third. He's going to try to score. The throw to the plate, not in time. Pete lost that ball in the twilight. And it goes as an inside-the-park home run. He was kind of having his hands out as if to say, I do not see this ball. And it landed 30 feet behind him. By the time Conforto, the right fielder, could race over and get it back in, both the runner and the batter had scored, and the Athletics lead 4-0.
It's that twilight hour, like you mentioned. Pete Crow Armstrong was camping in a medium range area just to the left of dead center, and the ball landed way behind him, just short of the track. Then it bounced on the track, rolled all the way to the wall, and just the way the Cubs outfielders were playing, Happ from left and Conforto and right, nowhere near the area.
We talk about that twilight hour, Zach, and that's exactly where we are. The lights are on, of course, but they haven't taken full effect, nor will they for another 15 minutes or so. And we're right in that danger zone where sometimes you just cannot see the ball. You lose it in the sky. And that's precisely what happened to Pete Crow Armstrong. You feel terrible, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's a helpless feeling out there as an outfielder.
And now the 1-1 to Colby Thomas. And he lines one, caught by Horner at second base. Good play by Nico, but some damage is done. The A's score 3 on a walk, a double, and a home run.
And here's Will Smith, a chance to hand out a present on his birthday. Smith drills one, left center field. It is gone! Number 16, time and again in clutch time. Pitching change for the Diamondbacks after some birthday in bobblehead night magic from Will Smith. From down 1 to up 1.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh, my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
Get tickets now at newlinux.net/concerts. That's newlinux.net/concerts.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Bottom of the sixth we go. Cubs run the A's 4-0. Who's on deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Here is Pat Hughes.
All right, Judson, thank you. Dansby Swanson will try to crank up a rally. There's time. We're only in the 6th inning, but the Cubs offense with just one base hit in the game. A single by Ballesteros in the 2nd. J.T. Ginn has been very sharp. Here's the 0-1 by the Athletics right-hander. A swing and a miss. Sharp breaking ball. Well, we've seen some pretty good starting pitching from this Athletics team. Gage jump on Tuesday night. Jeffrey Springs last night. And this guy, J.T. Ginn, tonight. They've all been impressive. And you wonder, Zach, watching them, why this team is not 5 or 6 games above 500.
The American League's a very different league than the National League this year, but Ginn continues to ascend. He's looked good lately.
Swanson takes inside. It's 2-2.
Remember, he had that no-hit bid that he took into the 9th inning against the Angels last month. Last time out, a victory over the Yankees. Did not allow an earned run over 6 innings.
Dansby flied out his first time. The count is 2-2 on the Cubs shortstop. And the pitch. Just outside. Didn't miss by much. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck, and then Michael Conforto. Swanson waiting for the 3-2. And here it comes. Dansby takes strike 3 call. Out number 1. Swanson caught looking, and the batter is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Cubs hearing it from the crowd. Not only has Ginn been in complete control tonight, limiting them to just one hit, that single by Ballesteros, the Cubs not hitting the ball hard tonight.
Let's see if Pete Crow Armstrong can start a rally. He is 0 for 1. He swings and misses. Cubs' best scoring chance came right away in the first inning. They had 2 men on with 1 away. But Ginn struck out both Bregman and Happ to end the inning. And since then, the Cubs have not had anything resembling a scoring chance. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-2.
He'd entered play tonight riding an 8-game hitting streak. That's a career high for him. Hitting .343 during the streak.
Pete right now just wants to get on base. He's behind in the count 0-2. The pitch by Ginn. And it's hit foul off to the left out of play. Quick turnaround for the Cubs. The Giants will be in town tomorrow. 3 games against San Francisco, all in the afternoon, starting at 1:20. We'll have it for you right here on The Score. And now the strike 2 pitch. Drilled in the air, deep right field, goes back, going back is Thomas. That ball is gone. It's a home run. Pete Crow Armstrong, a line drive home run. And let's see if that turns on the Cubs offense. A line drive, straightaway right, just below the video board. Number 9 for Pete Crow Armstrong. And he sits safely in 9 consecutive games. The Cubs now trail 4-1.
I just said moments ago, Cubs haven't hit the ball hard all night. That just changed. Exit velocity 110 miles per hour. A slider near the bottom of the zone on the outer half, and Pete turned on it and crushed it over the wall and right.
Here is Conforto. That woke up the crowd. Boy, that left the park in a hurry. Pete very, very strong with quick hands. Fair by about 80 feet, I would say. Gone by plenty. Off-speed pitch outside, 1-1. Cubs trail 4-1. Pete now with 9 homers, 29 driven in. And let's see if Conforto can get on. He takes outside. It's 2-1. Sometimes a homer like that will rattle a pitcher a little bit, especially a young guy with not all that much experience. And now the 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Playable for Thomas. Backpedaling near the track, makes the catch. You could tell Conforto did not get all of it. And it's out number 2, and the batter is Michael Busch.
Well, we're seeing some better swings for the Cubs here. Third time around in the order against J.T. Ginn. And another left-hander will dig in against the right-hander.
And here is Busch. Michael has walked and grounded out. 2 down, bases empty, bottom of the 6th inning. And the pitch by J.T. Ginn. And Busch will take a strike. Ginn's pitch count at 84. And now the 0-1. Down low. I think for most young pitchers, I think the number that most managers and pitching coaches these days look at is 100 pitches. Once they start getting around that area, they start thinking about getting him out of there. Here comes the 1-1, swinging a chopper foul.
Yeah, it varies from pitcher to pitcher.
It does.
For some teams, if they know that the pitcher doesn't do well third time around in the order, they'll take him out no matter what the pitch count is.
That's a good point, Zach. Yeah. Here comes the 1-2 now to Michael Busch. And he'll take in the dirt for a ball, 2-2.
With Busch's walk in the first, he's reached base safely now in 11 straight ball games, hitting better than .340 during that stretch.
Scott Barlow starts to throw in the Athletics bullpen. Trent Thornton throwing in the Cub bullpen. 4-1 Athletics, 6th inning, 2 down, nobody on. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. If he walks him, I would be very surprised if he pitches to another batter. We'll see. Bregman on deck. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. Cubs get a homer from PCA and nothing else. We move to inning number 7. Zach will do a little play-by-play for you in the 7th. It's the Athletics 4 and the Cubs 1 on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I am still in shock. I don't know if I've ever seen this.
I've never seen it on the big league level. Never seen it in my 22 years where the opposing ball club comes out to help the grounds crew.
They're getting drenched.
A few of them are even carrying sandbags around.
Shane Victorino's running around. He's yelling out directions, and the crowd giving the Phillies a big round of applause.
There's so much history right here, and when I put it on, and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
At Consumers Credit Union, you're more than an account number. They put the focus on you. Partner with the people in your corner today at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Cubs trail the A's 4-1 in the 7th inning we go. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud part of the Chicago Cubs. Here's Zach.
Thank you very much, Judson, as Tyler Soderstrom looks at a splitter low. The count is 1-0 to begin the top of the 7th. 4-1 Athletics. Shota Imanaga still on the mound. He's working on the third base side of the rubber. High leg kick and pitch. And Soderstrom looks at a ball off the outside, a sweeper that missed. 2-0. Shea Langoliers with a pair of home runs tonight for the A's. Solo shot the other way to right. Here's the 2-0. Outside again. 3-0 now with Soderstrom at the plate. The second home run for Langoliers came in the 6th inning. It was a fly ball to center as Imanaga delivers. Called strike. Fastball clocked at 92 miles per hour. So it's 3-1 on Soderstrom. That pitch was right down the middle, knee high near the bottom of the zone. Shota's ready, the pitch. And a line drive hit to deep left center field. Cole Armstrong at the track looks up, gone. Opposite field home run for Tyler Soderstrom. And the A's extend the lead. Now up 5-1 over the Cubs here in the 7th. Third home run of the night for the Athletics against Shota. As I mentioned, the second home run by Langoliers was just a routine fly ball to center field, but Crow Armstrong lost the ball either in the sky at twilight or in the lights. It landed behind him, rolled all the way to the wall. There was a man on base, and that man scored. Langoliers ended up with an inside-the-park home run, and it's 5-1 Athletics now, here with no one out in the 7th. Jonah Heim at the plate. Looks at a curveball in the dirt, 1-0. For Soderstrom, that's his 8th home run of the year. 396 feet the other way into the left center field bleachers. Here's the 1-0. Heim swings, drills one deep in the air, left center field. This one is way out of here. Halfway up the bleachers. Back-to-back home runs for the Athletics here in the 7th. First Soderstrom, now Heim. And the crowd letting the Cubs hear it. It is now 6-1 A's with no one out in the top of the 7th. And that'll be all for Imanaga. Craig Counsell walks out to the mound, and he is going to make a pitching change. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Top 7, no one out, 6-1 Athletics. On the score, the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi Harrison.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crowd fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
Good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody's going to take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go Placata right now on the field just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it back? Okay, you can continue talking.
Right, and you're just going to hold on to it? Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, Placata.
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for me. Just saying. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
As the Giants do top the Brewers today 12-9 in Milwaukee. Yankees just slide by the Guardians with a final of 2-1. And the Orioles take down the Red Sox 8-2. The Cards and the Reds, they were off today. Zach?
Thank you very much, Judson. So Trent Thornton takes over, 32-year-old right-hander. He's 2-1 this season with a 1.98 ERA in 10 games out of the pen for the Cubs. The right-hander works on the third base side of the rubber. Zach Geloff at the plate, and Geloff looks at a fastball low, 1-0 the count. Final line on Shota Imanaga tonight, 6+ innings, 6 runs on 6 hits, 4 of them home runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. The 1-0 by Thornton. Swing and a miss by Geloff at a cutter on the outside edge. 1-1 the count. Imanaga has now given up 13 home runs over his last 5 starts. The pitch. Geloff fouls it back off the screen to the right. 1-2. Cubs in danger of losing their 9th consecutive game here at Wrigley Field following a 15-game home winning streak. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Geloff. Thornton deals. Inside, almost hit Geloff as he spins out of the way of a 96-mile-per-hour heater. Belt high. 2-2. Edward Cabrera expected to be activated tomorrow in time to start game number 1 of a 3-game set against the San Francisco Giants here at Wrigley. The 2-2. Up high to Geloff. Full count. Veteran Robbie Ray will be on the mound for the Giants. Left-hander is 3-6 this season with a 4+ ERA. Thornton holds the ball behind his back, acknowledges the sign from Ballesteros, sets and deals. And a pitch misses off the outside, ball 4. So still no one out here in the top of the 7th as Geloff heads to first. The A's a 6-1 lead over the Cubs. And here comes Jeff McNeil. In his first year with the A's, after spending his first 8 seasons in New York with the Mets. Bush holding on Geloff at first. Bregman playing in at third, wide of the bag. The pitch. McNeil hits a 1-hopper, fielded, belt high by Horner to second for 1. That's all they'll get. But the lead man Geloff is retired. 1 away. McNeil safe at first. Now Tommy Hotovy jogs out to the mound to have a conversation with Thornton. Aliko Williams due up, the number 9 hitter in the A's order. Right-handed hitting shortstop. Former Pirate. Home plate umpire Stephen Yashinsky walking out to the mound. He's breaking up this meeting, wants to get the game moving. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. A's have already hit 2 home runs in this frame. They've got a 6-1 lead over the Cubs. Williams digs in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Right-handed batter uses a toe tap, hits out of a crouch. The pitch. Called strike fastball, top of the zone, 0-1. Big hole on the right side of the infield with Horner playing up the middle. And Bush holding on the runner McNeil at first. Pitch, low and outside. Sweeper that missed, 1-1. It is eerily quiet here at Wrigley Field. Cubs down by 5 in the 7th. Just 2 hits tonight. The pitch. And a ground ball hit on the right side. Fielded by Horner. To second for 1. Swanson to first. Not in time. Williams beats it out, but 2 away. As Aliko Williams reaches on the fielder's choice. And it'll bring up Henry Bolte. Who had an RBI double his last time up. 6-1 Athletics. Cubs have a single from Moises Ballesteros. And a solo shot by Pete Crow Armstrong. Righty-righty matchup. Thornton deals and Bolte swings and misses. Cutter, 0-1. Right along the outside edge near the bottom of the zone. Williams, a threat to go, being held on by Bush. The 0-1. And a ground ball up the middle, through for a base hit. Williams stops at second base. Cole Armstrong quickly gets the ball back into the infield. And now the A's threatening again. Men at first and second. 2 down, top 7. A 6-1 lead over the Cubs, and the dangerous Nick Kurtz due up. Kurtz on the night is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, but that was against the left-handed Shota Imanaga. Now the right-hander Trent Thornton on the hill. Kurtz on the season now hitting at .284, 11 home runs, 43 RBIs. The pitch. Low and inside, a curve that missed, 1-0. Wind blowing straight out here in the top of the 7th. The lights have taken full effect here at a quiet Wrigley Field. Thornton sets up high, the kick and pitch. Kurtz pounds it on the ground, foul off to the right. 1-1. Kurtz just 23 years old, first-round pick in 2024, 4th overall out of Wake Forest. That was the draft where Travis Bazzana went number 1 overall to Cleveland, and then Chase Burns was the second pick by Cincinnati. Here's the 1-1. And misses just high. Fastball clocked at 97 miles per hour from Thornton. 2-1 the count. 2 on, 2 away, 6-1 A's. Thornton looks at second. Now works his motion and deals. Kurtz takes a ball low. It was a curve that missed. 3-1. Last year, Kurtz, the American League Rookie of the Year, hit .290 with 36 home runs and 86 RBIs. The pitch. Foul back. Kurtz loses his helmet on the follow-through. That was a cutter right down the middle. And Kurtz fouled it back. 3-2. Williams at second base. The man at first is Bolte. Full count with Kurtz at the plate. 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Now the pitch. Up high, ball 4. So the A's have now loaded the bases with 2 away. And Shea Langoliers will dig in. He's got a pair of home runs tonight. Opposite field shot to right in the 4th. And then a 2-run inside the park home run in the 6th on a ball that PCA lost. And the lights are in the twilight. Langoliers now with 16 home runs. Bases loaded for the A's, and there's nowhere to put Langoliers. 6-1 Athletics, 2 down. Thornton working on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Ballesteros has to lunge out of his crouch to make the backhanded catch of that sinking fastball. 1-0. Langoliers waits the pitch. Swing and a miss. Cutter from Thornton. 1-1. The pitch. Langoliers pops it up on the infield, foul territory off to the right. Near the coach's box, it's Bush. He makes the catch. Out number 3. A's leave the bases loaded, but 2 home runs by the Athletics, making it 6-1. A's, it's time to stretch. And the 7th inning stretch is sponsored by the Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. Here is Cubs Spanish radio broadcaster Miguel Esparza.
Puerto Rico, ¿dónde están los boricuas? A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, so we'll root for them. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Vamos!
puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Field, new man on the mound for the A's. Right-handed reliever Scott Barlow takes over. Alex Bregman will dig in. The A's with a 6-1 lead over the Cubs. Barlow delivers, and Bregman swings and lines one deep down the left field line. This will bounce fair in the corner. And cruising into second base with a stand-up double, Alex Bregman. So maybe that's the catalyst the Cubs need to get going here tonight. 6-1 A's, but Bregman leads off the seventh with a double for the Cubs, and here comes Ian Happ. Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. JT Ginn out of the game. He went 6 innings, giving up just 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. As Happ looks at a ball outside. Curve that missed from the right-hander Barlow. Bregman at second, no one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 6-1 A's. Happ has struck out swinging twice. Barlow deals. Happ swings. It's a high fly ball, deep right center field. Way out of here and gone. Ian Happ with a monster home run to right. And the Cubs working their way back into the ball game. It's now 6-3 for Happ. That's home run number 14 on the year. What a majestic blast for Ian Happ. 446 feet. As soon as he hit it, he just started strolling to first and admired it. He knew it was gone. Way out of here for Ian Happ. 6-3 A's. Still no one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nico Horner stands in. Barlow delivers. And Horner looks at a ball off the outside. 1-0. Wind blowing straight out, so nothing is ever over here at Wrigley in those conditions as Horner looks at a ball outside. 2-0. Barlow peers in, gets the sign from Hines, straightens up, sets chin high, works his motion and deals, and misses.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
But the A's will challenge this. It's a close pitch right at the top of the zone on the inner half, and it's a ball. So the A's lose a challenge. That ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. 6-3 A's. Horner at the plate with a 3-0 count. The pitch. Nico taken all the way. That was a fastball for a strike. 3-1. On the inside edge, about knee high. He goes 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. Righty-righty matchup against Barlow. And the pitch. Nico pulls one on the ground. Diving stop to his left. Geloff up on his feet. Throw to first in time to get the hustling Horner. 1 away. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. 1 down, 6-3 A's. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs trying to rally back from a 5-run deficit. Moises Ballesteros at the plate. Left-handed batter against the righty Barlow. The pitch. In their first strike, the breaking ball that floated into the zone, 0-1. With Ballesteros at the plate, the A's are vacating the third base position. Geloff playing where shortstop normally would. And the 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike on Ballesteros. The regular shortstop Williams up the middle near the edge of the outfield grass to the left of second base. Barlow sets up high. Here's the 1-1. That's low. 2 balls and a strike on Ballesteros. Hitting at 233 on the year. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Upright stance for Ballesteros. Very little bend at the knees. The 2-1. And a ground ball hit softly on the right side. Fielded by McNeil. Sidearm throw to first. Ballesteros retired. 2 away. And here comes the designated hitter tonight, Pedro Ramirez. Cubs loaded up the lineup with a whole bunch of left-handed hitters against the starter J.T. Ginn. Carl Armstrong, Michael Conforto, Michael Bush, Ian Happ because he's a switch hitter, Moises Ballesteros, and Ramirez, a switch hitter, the DH tonight. Ramirez hitting from the left side against the right-hander Barlow. The pitch. Slow-moving sweeper that clips the outside edge for a strike. 0-1. Geloff playing in wide of third. The 0-1. That one missed low. Another sweeper. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramirez waits. Barlow delivers. Called strike. This time a conventional curveball after those first 2 sweepers. 1 and 2. And that curve was near the top of the zone on the inner half. Mark Leiter Jr., the ex-Cub, warming up in the A's bullpen. He's a right-hander. Barlow sets chin high. Works his motion, the 1-2. Low and inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a curve that missed. Cubs have activity in their bullpen. Left-hander Ryan Rollison has started throwing. 6-3 A's, 2 away here in the last of the 7th. Now the pitch. Dribbled foul behind the plate by Ramirez. He's hitting at 154 on the year. Rounded in with double play in the 2nd. Flat out in the 5th. Still looking for his first big league home run. A long set, now the 2-2. Outside, Ramirez has worked a full count. Wondering about Matt Shaw. He remains in Iowa on a rehab assignment. Cubs want him to play a few games in a row before being called back up. He's trying to work his way back from a back injury. Ramirez waits for the payoff pitch. Here it comes. Pulled on the ground back of first, fielded by Kurtz. He jogs to the bag in time to beat Ramirez for out number 3. But the Cubs scored 2 runs on the long blast to right by Happ. 6-3 A's after 7 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Remember, all your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I got these Topps 1994 baseball cards, Series 2. I collect them like everybody else did back in the 70s. We eventually threw them all away. We didn't save them, and I'm sure they're worth millions now. Let's see what I have here. Ken Griffey Jr., probably the best baseball player I've ever played with in my entire life. Oh, man. Lou Whitaker, Bobby Bonilla, Bo Jackson. The best 2-sport player ever.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita Auction.
877 Cars for Kids, that's Cars with a K, to donate your car today. Huh?
My car, you say? Lawrence Butler leads off the inning, bounces one up the middle. Swanson behind second, gloves it, and throws to first in time. Thornton throws one pitch, gets an out. And I believe Craig Counsell is going to make a pitching change. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID, then we'll come back and see what Craig is going to decide upon. It is 6-3 Oakland leading in the 8th inning. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us, Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
A reminder, the first down, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Matt?
All right, Zach, left-hander Ryan Rollison becomes the new Cub pitcher. One away, top of the 8th inning. Athletics in the lead, 6-3. And Soderstrom will bat. So lefty against lefty. Tyler Soderstrom will swing away and foul it back 0-1. The attendance tonight at Wrigley, it's a sellout, 37,417. Let's see how we did in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. It looks like Judson Richards is our winner.
No autographs, please.
Well, you don't know the rules of the game. The winner slaps a 10 on all of the other contestants. It's a brand new rule. Just drafted, just put together in the 5th inning tonight. Here's a breaking ball down low.
I like it.
I thought you would. 2 balls and a strike on Soderstrom. And the 2-1 delivery. And that's going to be a strike. Well, it's one of those nights, Zach. Even though it's a 3-run ball game, there is enough time for the Cubs to come back and win this thing. The conditions are great for offense. I've seen that more than once. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. And Rollison has struck out Soderstrom. And now there are 2 down here in the top of the 8th inning. 6-3 Athletics, and the batter is Jonah Heim.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. That was a slow-moving sweeper by Rollison.
Now the pitch on the way to Heim is fouled away off to the right. Please stay tuned for the toast of the game. Toast of the game brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Now, normally Ron Coomer names the Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player. Here is a swing and a miss. So, Zach, that looks like that's going to be your assignment tonight. I know you're up for it.
It's a lot of pressure, but...
It is, but you'll be fine.
I won't screw it up, I promise.
0-2 on Jonah Heim. And the next offering, strike 3 called. Good job by Rallison. He strikes out the 2 men he faces. Let's see if the Cubs can come from behind as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Athletics 6, Cubs 3.
Down the third base line. Sprague goes home and he hits Ronnie Smith. Now also heading home is Voigt. He's in. The ball will go over to the seats. Heading home is McLemore. And he is safe. And the ball is dropped. And the fans are furious. The Toronto Blue Jays, the world champions, have done their 1962 Mets imitation.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line.
Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bat.
Clean up on base number 1. Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here?
Back in the produce section.
That's good.
How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Why rent when you can own for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
Bottom of the 8th we go. Cubs trail the Athletics 6-3. Hey, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com, from official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. They've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cubs, the official source for your Chicago Cubs gear. Here is Pat and Zach.
Thanks, Judson. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-3, Cubs trail by 3. Their former teammate Mark Leiter Jr. now pitching for the Athletics. First pitch to Swanson, swung on and missed. Dansby has flied to center and struck out.
That Lawrence Butler remains in the game. He's now in right for the Athletics.
The next pitch, Swanson swings and misses. Curveball that time. Dansby just having a hard time making contact. Now let's see with 2 strikes if he can just take a nice easy swing and lash out a base hit and get a rally started. Crow Armstrong on deck, and then Michael Conforto. Here comes the 0-2 by the right-hander Leiter. Low for a ball.
And Pat, pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Swanson waiting for the 1-2 and dribbles it foul behind the plate. He stays alive.
We need a catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Does anything stand out to you tonight from the Cubs as far as a nifty catch?
All 3 Cubs runs a result of home runs. Swanson bounces one foul. Pete Crow Armstrong a solo homer in the 6th. Ian Happ a 2-run blow in the 7th. And the A's, 5 of their 6 runs a result of home runs. They've hit 4. Shea Langoliers has hit 2, good for 3 RBIs. Soderstrom and Heim went back-to-back in the 7th inning. Again, the wind blowing out. And it's still blowing out. It's blowing out as hard now as it has all night. That's why this game is far from over.
I'm going to go with that 4-6-3 double play the Cubs turned on with Jeff McNeil batting in the 3rd. play was a real trip, and so is Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours at catchdesmoines.com.
Swanson pulls the ground ball to third, charging, picking his Geloff, running throw to first in time. Swanson bounces out. That's one away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs trailing by 3, and Pete Crow Armstrong coming up.
Crow Armstrong homered his last time up. A laser to straight right. This after that miscue in center field that led to a 2-run inside the park home run for Shea Langoliers.
Pete drilled a homer in the 6th, his 9th of the year. He's hit safely now in 9 consecutive games. Right now, he just wants to get on base. He swings and misses at a high fastball, 1-1. Cubs in danger of losing at home for the 9th consecutive game. Incredible that they had a 15-game home winning streak earlier this year. Seems like it was many years ago. Now the 1-1. Fastball taken high. But it just shows you, Zach, how quickly things can turn, both from good to bad and bad to good. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
I mean, think about it, Pat. We just started June, and already it's been a season of extremes for the Cubs, good and bad.
Absolutely. It's almost like you've seen 2 different teams in the first half. And now Pete takes outside, and you feel like saying, will the real Chicago Cubs please stand up?
Well, including tonight, 100 games for the real Chicago Cubs to stand up.
Plenty of time. Getting a little late in this one. 1 away, bottom of the 8th inning. Pete waiting for the 3-2 pitch from Mark Leiter Jr. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 gone. It's up to Michael Conforto in this 8th inning to keep it going. Conforto, nothing for 3. The Giants are here tomorrow for 3 straight day games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, we'll have all of them for you. Conforto looks at a strike. If Conforto gets on, Bush could make it a 1-run game. We are in the 8th. Zach has some news about Cubs pitching. What you got there, Zach?
Yeah, Edward Cabrera is expected to return from the injured list tomorrow for the Cubs. The right-hander coming back from that blister that put him on the IL.
Robbie Ray will start for the Giants, veteran left-hander. Conforto takes a strike, 0-2. I've been saying 3 straight day games. Let me correct that. Day games tomorrow and Saturday. Sunday is a night game. Sunday at 7:30 p.m. It's an NBC television game. Conforto swings and misses, strike 3. And that ends the inning. Cubs don't score. We go.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
You can see a lot of different characters at the ballpark, and this week brought out some of the best.
I just hope that whatever was going on with that hot dog, that dog now owned that hot dog. I have not seen a cup on the bottom of a spike.
This is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
Osuna hits one into the cone.
So look up and look out.
That bat exploded, and the Mariners haven't blown it up.
Florida man's a real thing, Wayne.
Tarps off. Freebird time at Bush.
Fantastic entertainment.
hats off and shirts off for the top defensive plays of the week.
Towards the side rail, he crashes into the wall, and he made the catch!
Another stop by Peraza, throw from his back, and he got it!
Now, look, if you dare, I shall not drop the ball.
Church is gonna make a diving catch!
Holy smokes, what a catch by Julio Rodriguez.
Into the dugout, flips into the dugout. Did he hold on? He did. How about that?
Flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
The ninth inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Here's Pat.
Thanks, Judson. Zach Geloff will lead off. Right-handed batting third baseman. And he'll take a strike on the outside edge. Judson Richards will have the post-game show for you later on. He'll have highlights of this game and recap all the other activity in the big leagues. And then in his second hour...
Stay tuned.
He loves talking baseball.
He will tonight. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball, right center field, pretty well hit. Back toward the right center field fence, and making the catch is Conforto. It's one of those nights where a ball hit that high with the wind behind it, you just have to wait, because invariably it'll always go farther than you initially think. One away, Jeff McNeil's replacement ready to step in. This is Rooker. Brent Rooker. Ryan Rollison, the Cub left-hander, kicks and fires. This ball is fouled away. Glancing to the bottom of the ninth inning. Cubs are going to be down by at least 3. Bush, Bregman, and Happ. 3, 4, and 5. Still, the great majority of the fans, as usual, have stuck around to see how it turns out. Fastball missing, 1-1. Cubs' next 12 games after this one, all are against just 2 teams, the Giants and the Rockies, who at the start of the day had the 2 worst records in the National League. Now, I should qualify that in saying, I'm not saying they're a bad team, and I'm not saying they're an easy team to beat. It is a simple fact that those 2 teams have the worst records at this stage.
And the Cubs expected to get healthier, especially when it comes to the starting rotation. Cabrera tomorrow. Matthew Boyd will be back soon. He's got a rehab start this weekend.
Is that Saturday, Zach?
You got it.
Breaking ball is outside, 1-2 to Rooker.
Boyd trying to work his way back from minor knee surgery. And they just want to make sure that he's sharp. It's going to be a second rehab start.
Here comes the 2-2, swinging a chopper foul.
So that when he does come back to the Cubs, you can have a normal outing out there and you don't have to go to your bullpen early.
Matthew was such a big part of the rotation a year ago. It'd be great to have him back and working again here at Wrigley. Here's the 2-2 pitch, bouncing ball wide of third, gloved by Bregman, running through to first, and he gets his man. 2 down.
Pat, we're going to call that the tough play of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. Several nice plays at the hot corner by Bregman tonight.
Two gone, nobody on. Top of the ninth inning. Athletics 6, Cubs 3. Rollison's curveball drops in for a strike to Alika Williams. Williams hitting 125 in limited duty so far. And he swings and misses, and the count 0-2. Starting pitchers remain the pitchers of record. J.T. Ginn for the Athletics on the positive side, and Shota Imanaga on the other. Now time called. Ballesteros, the catcher, wants to go out and make sure that he and Rollison are on the same page.
Ballesteros getting a rare chance to catch tonight. Generally, it's either Carson Kelly or Miguel Amaya. But Craig Counsell wanted to load up the lineup tonight with left-handed batters. So Ballesteros catching this evening.
Rollison trying to end the top of this 9th inning. Cubs trail by 3. And here comes the 0-2. Fastball away, 1-2. Mentioned the Giants beat Milwaukee, so they took 2 out of 3 of the last 3 games up in Wisconsin. And they are one of the very few teams that has won a series in Milwaukee this year. I can't think of very many others at all. 12-9 the final. The Giants beat the Brewers today. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good job by Rollison. Cubs need a rally, and they need it right away. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. A's 6, Cubs 3. This is the score, and the Northwest.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Pat Murphy going to use an ace up his sleeve and bring in Christian Yelich with a tying run aboard at third base. Fly ball to deep right! It is way back and gone! Yelich delivers in the clutch. It's his first career pinch hit home run, and he left nothing in the tank.
My God, how far did that go?
Down to second goes Naylor. The ball gets on by Peters in center field. And air on Tristan Peters out there.
That Peters has some problems.
Wrong place, buddy. Take the luck, though.
Yeah, no kidding. Really a short stride. He keeps it really, really simple. Now he's talking to him.
He's had enough. It's like there's a magnet over there.
He has seen enough. It's about time, Alfie.
That ball got into the upper deck, and then it ended back up on the playing field. Oh, no.
Possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees. Extra speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Rear-ended? That's wrong. Hurt in a fall? That's wrong. Call D&W, Chicago's Injury Law Group. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Here is Pat Hughes.
Joel Kuhnel is the big right-handed reliever in the game for the A's right now. He's a big man. And he'll go to work on Michael Busch. Michael trying to get something going, takes a strike. New second baseman in the game, Darryl Hernandez. Hernandez taking over at second base. Busch needs to try to get on just to get something moving in the right direction. The pitch to Michael. It's down low for a ball, 1-1. Busch has walked, grounded out, and struck out. Cubs in danger of being swept by the Athletics here at Wrigley. Not over yet. Here comes the 1-1 to Busch. Swing and a miss.
And top pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Still a warm, breezy night at Wrigley. And the 1-2 to Bush. And he'll take just outside, 2-2. The A's winning the first two games by the scores of 2-1 and 5-4 in 10 innings. And they have a 6-3 lead in the bottom of the ninth inning tonight. And Bush hits a liner down the left field line. Fair ball, base hit. It bounces off the sidewall. Bush is going to go for two, and he's got a sliding double. There's a good start. Looked like a broken bat, a little looper down the left field line. Fair by maybe a foot. It bounced off the sidewall. By the time Soderstrom could retrieve it, Bush was diving into second with a double.
And as our good buddy Coom would say, that bat died a hero. Doubles by Cubs batters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
This big crowd ready for a rally. Now Bregman becomes a very key man. And he hits a high fly ball to left center. It will not carry. The left fielder Soderstrom backpedaling and making the catch. In medium deep left field, out number one. And now Ian Happ, the batter, but the Cubs need to get one more man on base so that the tying run will be at the plate and swinging. Happ hit a long home run his last time up. One away, bottom of the ninth inning, 6-3 Athletics. Happ to bat left-handed against Kunal. Pitch to Ian. Outside for a ball. Now here's a spot where Ian would love to get a base on balls. That would bring up Nico Horner as the tying run. Any way he can get on at all. Here's a pitch to Ian. Swinging a drive foul to left. 1-1. Kunal can bring it. That was 96 mph. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. The lead by Bush down at second base. And the 1-1 is outside for a ball. Kunal, one of those big men. It looks like he steps about halfway to the plate as he delivers. This guy's got to go about 6'5", 260. And the 2-1. Way outside and low. 3-1. Again, Happ would love to take a walk. And he's got a very good batting eye. Because if he can walk, the tying run would be at the plate. It's 3-1. Let's see if Ian is swinging. He is driving one toward right center. That's going to be a base hit. It goes all the way to the wall. A run will score. Happ has a double. It's not over yet. It's a 6-4 ball game. Happ with a ringing double into right center. His second extra base hit of the game. And he has 3 RBIs. More importantly, the tying run is now at home plate.
Fastball right down the middle, and Happ launched it into right center field for a double. Cubs move a little bit closer. Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Happ got those 2 days off a couple of weekends ago, and ever since the road trip starting in Pittsburgh last week, he's been on a tear at the plate.
He's up to 34 runs batted in for the year, second on the team to Michael Bush with 36. Now all eyes are on Nico Horner. One away, bottom of the ninth inning. Nico the tying run at the plate. He's due. He's 0 for 3. The big right-hander Kunal delivers. Here's a swing and a line drive, base hit, right center field. Happ is going to score. Nope, he's going to be held at third. It's a base hit for Nico Horner. Quentin Berry holding Happ. Didn't want to risk that run being thrown out. But now the tying run is at first. And Moises Ballesteros batting, and it's getting loud here. The crowd trying to do everything they can to inspire this team. Cubs trail 6-4. 2 men on, 1 away, bottom of the 9th inning. Listen to these fans. I love these moments. Everyone is standing. Let's see if Ballesteros can get a hold of one. He's due. The runner goes to throw to second base, and out at second base is Nico Horner. He tried to steal and gets cut down. And let's see if the Cubs are going to challenge that play at second base. As it stands, that would be the second out in the inning.
Challenging the out call at second base.
Nico trying to run. And the catcher, Heim, made a very good throw.
From one angle we saw, it's close.
Oh, boy. Hard to tell exactly when the head-first slide.
Chicago loses the challenge.
Apparently he's still out. So now there are 2 down.
So the tag was applied on the backside before Horner could get that right hand on the bat.
Ballesteros now represents the tying run at the plate. There are 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. 6-4 Athletics. Here's the pitch. Moises drills one to short, bobbled, and it's bobbled again, and a run scores. The shortstop Williams had it carry him off his body over to the third baseman Geloff, and he bobbled it. Each man deserves half of an error. The Cubs are still alive. Happ came in to score. It's now 6-5. Ballesteros will leave for a pinch runner, Kevin Alcantara. And Seiya Suzuki is coming up as a pinch batter.
Errors by Cubs opponents, sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit NorthShore.com. Huh?
I believe they ruled E6 on the last play. And here is Seiya Suzuki at the plate. Tying run at first, potential winning run at the plate. 2 down, 9th inning. They throw to first, not in time. It's been a crazy 9th inning, and the Cubs hope it gets a little crazier yet.
Now, I am told by the official scorer that they've given Ballesteros a single on that play.
It was a hard hit ball. It was kind of a tricky hop. Okay, the stretch by Kunal. The pitch. Seiya takes a strike. Wind blowing out, looking very inviting to Suzuki. Seiya could win the game with a long ball. And how these fans would love that. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball. That's a base hit. Left field. Alcantara stops at second. And now the tying run at second. The potential winning run at first. Dansby Swanson is due up. And let's see if the Athletics make a pitching change. They might. Mark Kotze, the manager, out to the mound. And that's going to be all for Kunal. Luis Medina will come in. We'll take a timeout. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the...
So an MVP level full season for Yordo, the way he's performed against the Texas Rangers.
This ball hit the center field straight away. Evan Carter back. He's done it again. Give him 9. Second time through the lineup. Give him 19 on the season. It's hard to describe Yordan Alvarez. We're tied at 2 on a blast to straightaway center.
Yeah, he's gone freak mode again. He has the talent and the knowledge to go together, and that's what makes him a lethal hitter. 19th home run of the season is tied for first with
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Medina, the right-hander, hard thrower. Dansby Swanson at the plate. Bottom of the ninth inning, a cliffhanger at Wrigley. The tying run is out at second base. That is Alcantara. The potential winning run at first, Seiya Suzuki. Here we go, Medina from the stretch. Swanson waiting. And the pitch. And Dansby takes a breaking ball strike. 0-1. Wind still blowing straight out towards center. Swanson is due 0 for 3 in the game. Runners take their leads. There's the 0-1. Outside, big breaking ball, 1-1. Alcantara trying to get as big of a lead as he can at second. He's the tying tally. Suzuki away from first. 2 down, bottom of the ninth. The pitch low and inside. 2-1. This crowd doing everything they can to support the Cubs. Runners take their leads, and the 2-1. And Swanson swings and fouls it back. He had a good rip. But now he's down to his last strike. It's 2-2. Swanson has flied to center, struck out, and grounded out. This crowd is ready to go wild. If Dansby can come through. 2 down, 2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander to right-hander. Medina fires. Swinging a base hit to center. Alcantara's going to score the tying run. The throw to the plate, not in time. Dansby Swanson delivers. Listen to this crowd. Ball game tied at 6. Suzuki motored to third. Clutch base hit for Dansby Swanson. Alcantara scores the tying tally. What a great moment.
100-mile-per-hour fastball from Medina near the bottom of the zone on the outside edge, and Swanson just hit it right up the middle for a base hit. Brand new ball game, and the Cubs looking for more.
Pete Crow Armstrong now with a chance to drive in the winning run. Runners at first and third. The pitch to Pete. Outside. Swanson running and taking second. Defensive indifference. No stolen base credited. But what that does, it forces any ground ball. The play has to be made at first instead of a force out at second. Medina from the stretch. Ball game tied. The pitch. It's a strike. 1-1. These ninth innings never get old for me. Never. And I'm sure they never will. Cubs have scored 3 runs in the inning to tie the game. And the pitch. Swinging a looper. Shallow right center field. That's a base hit. Cubs win the ball game. Pete Crow Armstrong delivers. What a finish. What a finish. The Cubs have scored 4 runs with a great ninth-inning rally. Pete Crow Armstrong, a blooper into shallow right center. This is one for the memory banks. Classic come-from-behind win for the Chicago Cubs. And, Zach, this crowd had something to do with this rally.
What an atmosphere here at Wrigley Field tonight. Pat, you've been talking about it all game long. Clutch hitting. Cubs went 6 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight, and they finally snapped that home losing streak and come up with a huge come-from-behind walk-off win here at the Friendly Confines.
Fans still going crazy. Cubs celebrated out in shallow left center field. Everyone jumping up and down, and now they're just giving each other high fives. Our great friend Bruce Levine is down in the dugout, and in a moment he's going to have one of the Cubs. It is so loud here, Zach, it's hard to hear yourself think.
And just think about what this means for PCA personally. Earlier in the game, he misplayed, lost that fly ball in the sky that led to a 2-run inside the park home run for the A's. He hits a home run and then has the walk-off single. Cubs come back and win.
See, I think Pete likes these moments. I really do. And he comes through in these moments frequently. And the more you do, Zach, the more you look forward to being in those spots as your career moves on. That's a good sign.
We talked about it in the pregame show yesterday with Pete, and he feeds off the fans, especially here at Wrigley Field. The toast of the game is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago